YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Paul Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This is your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit the doggone subscribe button. Hit notification bell every time I post some new content. Hey, if it seems like that I'm a little off, it's because I'm actually like really doing this particular show on my phone. Because for whatever reason, the laptop really ain't let me have it today. So, of course, tasty beverage in hand, I got another in the refrigerator. But in a lot of cases, as you can see, I got my glasses on because sometimes I actually like to think that I want to actually really look somewhat distinguished or intelligent or whatever term that y'all might want to use as far as like um, looking looking smart or intelligent, which intelligent or intelligence, is something we actually that I'm actually really gonna be getting into on this particular show. But with all of this stuff that goes on, and I tell you, these TikTok people, or I don't know, to be perfectly honest, I really don't know who the fuck to blame or who to go after. Do I go after the TikTok motherfuckers, or do I get after the people that is reacting to it? Now, a lot of them now sit up there and say, well, hey, look, this is entertainment purposes only. Well, just know some of it is rather fucked up entertainment because, I mean, because I don't know where these people are actually really get their information from. With all these so-called conspiracies and predictions, they're supposed to be going on. And so I look at some of this stuff and I'm like, okay. But the probably like one of the biggest conspiracies that has been that is number one. Listen, it will always be number one because a lot of people still haven't figured this shit out yet. And so basically what I'm talking about is this. Everybody keep talking about 2024, 2024, 2024 this, 2024 that, 2024 the other. Guess what, people? The number one conspiracy out there is that this is not the year 2024, right? And I've told y'all this plenty of times. I mean, because let's look at it for a minute. Go back and look at any of my motherfucking videos where I actually really talk about time in a sense. January 1st is what all y'all motherfuckers celebrate. That's not the first month of the year. January is named after the Roman goddess Janus, and that bitch is two-faced. So we already know how we feel about people that we actually really identify as being two-faced. But this is what the fuck y'all celebrate. Y'all always holler about being true for this, true for that, true for the other, right? But you, for 9 times out of 10, a lot of you motherfuckers, y'all would rather get lied to than for somebody to actually really tell y'all the truth. Plain and simple. So in either case, right? April 1st, which just happens to be my birthday, is the first month of the year. But then again, it's just like what I told you, right? Even when April 1st come around, guess what? It's still not the year 2024, people. Right? According to the Hebrew calendar, and which I can't pull it up right now because I'm actually really on my damn phone. But this is something that y'all can do. All right? So either while you're watching this show or whether you wait till the show is finished, Google Hebrew calendar converter. And then it will already have today's date in there, right? And so basically all what you have to do is just hit convert, and then you will actually really see the actual year and the actual month that we're actually really in according to the Hebrews or according to the Hebrew calendar, right? And just know that the higher ups, they know this shit. You know they have to know it. Why else would I be able to go on to Google and tell y'all this shit? So these motherfuckers know. So for the most part, like I said, the biggest conspiracy is that these motherfuckers actually really got y'all believing that January 1st was the first was the beginning of the new year. In the dead of winter, you're gonna have a fucking new year. So like I say, that's the biggest one of the biggest, if not the biggest conspiracy that's out there. The second one, right, is about this money. You know, motherfuckers always holler about, well, everything is gonna go digital. This, that, and the third, right? But then again, I keep telling y'all, March of 1933, President Roosevelt initiated the Gold Standard Act. And then 38 years later, President Nixon came in and did the exact same shit. So whether you want to look at it from August of 71 or March of 33, in either case, right? Money hasn't had no value since the early to mid 1900s. But these motherfuckers, they always holler about, oh, we gonna go digital. And then these motherfuckers gonna have you go out there and put some type of chip in your hand, right? Oh, well, this is how you gonna pay your bills from here on out. But the thing about it though is this, see again, this is how stupid y'all are, right? You finna allow these motherfuckers, you know, in some places they probably already have. You finna allow a motherfucker to put a chip in your goddamn hand so you can pay bills. So my question to y'all is this: how else do y'all pay bills? You pay bills with your hands, don't you? Don't you have to run your hand down your motherfucking pocket? Go to the ATM machine? Or when you're online on your computer, what the fuck are you doing? All right? So again, this is how these motherfuckers get you. They get y'all prepared. You know what? It's almost like motherfucker be like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you tonight. And then here it is, you get all hot and bothered, right? Because this motherfucker either told you how big his dick is or how juicy her ass and pussy is. So either way, you gonna be ready. And then by the time, when y'all get back or whatever the fuck happens, and then y'all start taking clothes off, and then somebody ain't smelling like how they supposed to smell. Right? Or either that, the dick wasn't as big as you thought, as he claimed and thought it was, or your ass and pussy wasn't as juicy as you claimed it to be. Now, it could be juicy due to you ain't washed that motherfucker, but hey, it is what it is. So all that shit about the motherfucking, well, ain't no finna be no more money, everything finna go to digital, and you gonna have to pay shit with your hands and all that kind of stuff. But my thing is this: if anybody can actually really explain to me what happened on in March of 33, and then August of 71, 71, when they actually really did away with, money as we know it. They just put this shit out there. This is nothing more than monopoly money, people. Again, go back and watch the show that I did about, and I actually really titled it, Let's Play Monopoly. Because basically this is all what the fuck this is, people. Right? And so that conspiracy out the window. Right? And then here comes another, then everybody talking about, well, it's not going to be a presidential election because the country is at war and blah, 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 blah. And, and Biden got too much shit on his hands. So, well, see, here's the deal. See, that's another fuck up. Just like I said, like what I told y'all earlier, I'm going to be 51 here in 30 days. Or 31 days. However the fuck you actually really want to call it. April 1st, I'll turn 51. So in my damn near 51 years of living, I done seen a lot of shit. Okay? I've seen a lot of shit, and then that what I didn't see, I went back and researched it. And out of all of that research, I've noticed that there's a cycle involved. Every 30 is either every 10 years or every 20 years. This shit resets. Or it resets or it repeats. And then motherfuckers, see, that's nothing. People always holler about, well, the big reset coming, the big reset, the big this, the big that, the big other, right? Ain't no, put like this. A reset, yeah. Over some shit that has already happened. And it's just for the simple fact, these motherfuckers do this shit just to see who the fuck is paying attention. Right? So, prime example, these motherfuckers, they want to sit around and oh, ain't gonna be no election. So, let's actually really go back to 1991. August of 91, I believe. We went to war, right? Now, grant the fact, it was short-lived, right? But when nobody talk about, oh, well, ain't finna be no motherfucking presidential election because we're at war, right? But in either case, regardless of how long or how short-lived it may have been, when it came election time, guess what? An election happened, right? And then one or two things is going to happen. Somebody either for the move, or guess what? You just got you an extension, right? So they've been talking about this shit. So let's just actually really fast forward a little bit. So just know this. This shit has been going on ever since Obama took office. Because, and then if you actually really stop and think about it for a minute, right? These motherfuckers, they actually really just started talking about this shit until Trump came on the scene. And then for whatever reason, there was a lot, that was a glitch. So maybe it ain't the goddamn computer. So, but in our case, right, when Trump threw his hat in, then here come all this bullshit, right? Well, they were talking about, well, the presidential sheet can't exchange hands while the country is at war, right? But then again, let's go back to 1991. Now, I don't know who the fuck declared war, right? But in our case, he stayed, and that was only because that was his first term. He came back and did a second one, right? Then after that, guess who was in office? Clinton was in office. Oh, Arkansas native, just like me. So in other case, so he get in, people, their debate on whether or not President Clinton did a good job or a bad job. I mean, if you want to believe that he got his dick sucked in the White House, then hey, by all means. But in either case, unless they lied about it, when President Clinton left office, this country was at a surplus. We didn't own no fucking body. Then, guess what? Bush come in, 9/11 happens. Right? And then, just like his dad, right? In 2001, we already know what the fuck happened. So the war was going on, right? And then when it came time for another presidential election, after this motherfucker claimed that it was shit over there, come to find out wasn't nothing over there. Kept us over there. Right? And as a result, a lot of us are fucked up. So in either case, right? If you actually really stop and think about it, since 2001, this country has been in conflict with somebody, 2 or 3 countries at best, right? And then now, like I said, now I get it. They always holler about whatever it said. Well, the president has to declare war. Okay. Or anybody on the other side, they got to declare war. Okay. So let me get this straight now. See, this is what the fuck I was talking about with the shit that happened over there in Gaza, or what's happening over there, or what the fuck they want you to believe is happening over there in Gaza right now. Put it like this. If I'm pissed off at you for whatever fucking reason, I'm not going to go and tell nobody anything. I'm just going to walk up to you, slap shit out of you, punch shit out of you, whatever the case may be. Right? I'm not going to go, I'm not going to go tell nobody, hey, I'm going to go whoop this motherfucker's ass and then go whoop their ass. No, I'm just going to go whoop their ass. Right? And so basically what I'm saying is this. If you actually stop and think about it for a minute, since 2001, this country has been in some type of conflict with somebody. Now, again, like I said, whether they declare it or not, whether you send motherfuckers over there to stop shit, guess what? Whatever the fuck is going on, it's still war. It's still war. Whether you actually fighting or fighting to prevent a fight. That's why, motherfucker, that's that one thing that Minister Farrakhan said that one time, right? Everybody talk about World War I, World War II, and they motherfuckers be talking about World War III is gonna happen. No. What the fuck you think the Cold War was? That was World War III right there, people. But motherfuckers already holler about, ooh, it's coming. World War III coming. No, it already showed up. Showed up and got out of there years ago. Right? And see, so basically, again, the conspiracies are there for these motherfuckers to actually really put a lot of shit in y'all head. And then y'all actually really think that shit is going on. Right? And then I ain't even got to what the fuck y'all call 2024 yet. All this shit what I'm talking about happened back in the 90s. Right? And gradually, slowly but surely bringing their weight coming up. Right? But then, like I said, and I just went back as late back as 91. You can actually really take this shit back even further than that. Right? So whatever the fuck you motherfucker, oh, there ain't gonna be no election. It'll be a motherfucking election. And guess what? Just like every year, y'all, you, me, us, y'all, whatever the fuck category you want to put us in. Guess what? We ain't finna be involved. We are not finna be involved, people. And therefore, you raggedy motherfuckers out here talking about go register to vote. What the fuck, for? And like I said, I always go back to the night to the Civil Rights Voting Act that happened. So I just look at it like this: every bullshit, like this, every election that has happened, and they looking for us. They want the so-called black person's vote, right? But my thing is this, right? If a law had to be put in place for me to motherfucking vote, guess what? That's some shit y'all can keep. Because it's quite obvious you forgot what the fuck the bastard said in the damn Declaration of Independence. Well, all men are created equally. Now, break the fact, you and I both know that that's not the case. And that's why they did such a thing. And see, that's another thing. Y'all see if they're believing in that bullshit paper. Right? Where you can clearly kill your ass outside. Look at your next door neighbor. If this motherfucker shorter, if he's shorter than you or taller than you, it's quite obvious. We're not equal. Okay? I mean, you may have more than the motherfucking ingredients, right? But I'm just saying how the crazy uncle look at it, right? If everybody's equal, then guess what? Everybody's the same. Everybody's gonna be right about the same height. They're gonna weigh the same thing. They're gonna look. Everybody gonna look like each other. That's what it means to be equal. Now, unless that shit done changed, then okay. Really don't know nothing else to fuck to tell you. So all of this bullshit that I'm like, again, if everybody that's in the holler about who I'm gonna go vote. Okay, yeah, go ahead. And I ain't got time for nobody. Well, that's what the fuck we fought for. And so my thing is, guess what? You shouldn't have. It should have been something that you didn't have to fight for. And now, don't sit up here and try to convince me otherwise. I'm not gonna vote. I will never vote just because of that. You want me to vote? Go take out that damn law and treat me the way that you say that you do. But we already know that ain't the goddamn picture. Right? Artificial intelligence. I can't count how many times I talked about this shit. But in either case, let's take this back. Way back in the time. In the late 60s. Star Trek, the original season, they had an episode. I forget what it was, but it was Harry Mudd was involved. So in our case, one of these bastards got on the ship, and they took them where Harry Mudd was at, where there was a whole planet of fucking androids, artificial intelligence. Okay? But then, here comes Spock and Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, and the rest of the group. Guess what the fuck they did? They went down there, and just like what Dr. McCoy said, hey, look, we whipped them in a fair fight, right? But the thing about it, though, is this. You got to be like, okay, well, because they said the wise ones or whatever built it. Because here's there. You always be like, okay, you see a motherfucking robot running around here. Then you go, hey, where the fuck you come from? Right? And then they said, well, the wise was builders, whatever. And then after a while, they were like, okay, well, hey, look, y'all should be good. Y'all got it. Right? And so basically, what the fuck that is, so you look at that and you saw what happened. Then you look at this shit now. Right? And then it's just for the fact, the definition of intelligence or artificial intelligence is nothing more that was like this. Artificial intelligence is something that is man-made. So look at your educational system, right? What do they always tell you, right? Well, if you want to do this, you got to do X amount of years in this school. Then you got to kill your ass in college. What the fuck you think that is? What we have learned is nothing more than artificial intelligence, right? Because somebody like this, the educational system, somebody created that shit. Somebody was stupid enough to sit up here and say, hey, guess what? It's 24 hours in a day. Really? You can have a 24-hour period, but you cannot have 24 hours a day. And motherfucker, well, what about an answer? What about it? For 30 days or more, the sun don't come up. So is that why these motherfuckers come out? Well, what did he say? 365 1/4 day, right? That's what the fuck they say. And again, that's all fucked up too. But all what I'm saying is that y'all motherfuckers sitting here talking about this shit, and y'all ain't paying attention to the shit that's steady constantly biting you in the ass on a daily motherfucking basis. The simple shit is kicking y'all in the ass. Like nothing that you can actually really motherfucking imagine. It's just for the simple fact that your asshole that got so fucking wide. It's that motherfucker but you don't feel it because you didn't have enough sense to say, hey, what the fuck you doing? And I already know somebody gonna clown me. And guess what? I know what this shit do. Okay. So again, I'm just like, but everything that I've said up until this point, you motherfuckers didn't even know it. Or you knew it, and you were like, you kind of like swatted it away, like you swatted away a fly or some shit. So again, all these motherfuckers, so now we can talk about what the fuck did happen. So we already know about the AT&T shit that went down. That these motherfuckers talking about, oh well, the grid finna start fucking up, right? And then don't forget about what the fuck is finna happen on April 8th, right? But they gonna start shutting shit down, but and then they gonna say, oh, we gonna blame it on the sun. But then I'm just like, well, wait a minute. I thought Bill Gates was trying to block this something out. So which one is it? Is Bill Gates gonna block it out? Right? Which we already know that it ain't fucking possible. Right? Or let's just say that it do hit. Right? And so I'm looking at it like this, right? So they said in 1859, right, solar flare hit, and it really didn't do a whole lot of damage. So now they want to sit up and say, okay, so if the solar flare hit now, oh, it's gonna fuck up everything, right? It's gonna fuck up the internet, so you motherfucker can't go watch Pornhub or whatever the fuck. But so they say, oh, we're gonna fuck up everything. You ain't gonna know where the fuck to go. So my thing is this: how the fuck did you get around before GPS? Right? You motherfuckers need to learn how to survive. I'm telling you. Look, I'm 51 years old. Might as well go ahead and say it. Right? So I was around before motherfucking GPS. Right? Trust me, I know where the fuck to go. Right? But a lot of any of you bastards that's put like this, anybody that was born in the 90s up until now, you motherfuckers don't know shit. You don't know shit. And your mamas and daddies don't know shit 9 times out of 10. Right? So again, all this shit, what they talking about? What they hollering about, talking about what the fuck is gonna happen? This, that, and the third. Ain't gonna be no election. I already told you. It never was. It never was a motherfucking election. These motherfuckers, they already know who's been finna be in office. I already told y'all about Biden, right? That motherfucker, before he became president, that motherfucker served for 47 years. They got tired of his ass, said, you know what, don't let this motherfucker be president so he can shut the fuck up. And then they told Trump, right, hey, look, see, this is what the fuck they don't take, right? And if you want to call this a conspiracy theory, a conspiracy, hey, by all means, do so, right? But the thing about it is this. Trump threw his hand in, and he won, right? And but the thing, but see, here's the deal, though, right? Now, granted fact, I'll actually really do some research, and it'll be like, okay, I'll come back, and this should actually really be sharper than what it is. But what I'm saying is this: here's Trump, a businessman. He know how to cut them deals, right? So you look at all the other presidents previous, before he come in office, right? What were they? A lot of these motherfuckers actually really served the country like I did. But I really don't think a whole lot of them actually really had anything to do with business. Because 9 times out of 10, you really don't deal with business until you actually really become president. When you actually really got to see the shit on a global level. Right? Now, granted fact, listen, I'm not saying this, to actually be true or anything like that. But what I am saying is that Trump is a businessman. Trump knows how to motherfucking bring businesses here. Once you bring them here, they stay here. Right? So basically what happened was this. If you actually really stop and pay attention with all of the shit that they say that's going on with the president, they say, okay, first and foremost, they say this motherfucker too old. Right? And so they went to Walter Reed yesterday. And then I'm just like, okay, after all of the bad reputation that Walter Reed has gotten over the past couple of years, y'all gonna send this motherfucker there? Oh, okay, yeah. So in our case, they were like, okay, well, he good. Ain't nothing new showed up. Right? And so, so I say that to say this. So again, they be like, hey, look, Trump, let this motherfucker have it. Right? And then you can come back and we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you once his term is up. But in the meanwhile, right, we gonna actually really need for you to play by our rules. The first time you did it by your own rules because you had your own money. But since we got you in court, and we taking all your motherfucking money, right? Maybe just maybe you'll listen to us this time around. But then again, it's just like, what the fuck did I tell you what happened back in August of 1971, right? But in either case, that's what the fuck is going on, because if you actually stop and think about it, all of this shit that's going on with Trump right now, granted the fact a lot of it's bullshit, they're just like, okay, like he allowed that shit that, they claim that he allowed that shit to happen, back in January. So my whole thing is this: regardless of what the fuck the president say or may not say, I'm not letting nobody hit this motherfucker, right? But in our case, they let that happen. They will say, "Hey, look, let's see how much the people love you." So we're gonna put this insurrection on you. We're gonna put some more. We're gonna steady, constantly put. We're gonna be like steady, putting piles and piles and piles of shit on you, and then we're gonna rub it in real good. We'll probably piss on you a couple of times, right? To really get the smell, right? And then like, look, if you can survive all this, guess what? You finna be president. And it's obvious that shit is working, because this motherfucker still leading the polls. Nikki Haley, whatever the fuck your name is, you need to sit your bitch ass down somewhere. How you listen? You got your ass whipped in your own state. And it's about, I'm still going, I ain't really. Now you won't sit up here and holler about what the fuck Trump ain't doing, what the fuck Biden ain't doing. Matter of fact, you said both of these bastards are too old, right? But you said they're too old and they can't think straight. Well, let me ask you this. You ain't nowhere near their age. You done got your ass whipped thoroughly in every motherfucking primary that's gonna happen. And you sit there, I'm gonna still stay in. Really, motherfucker? Really? Okay, this don't mean you just say, hey, look, you lost in Massachusetts, you lost in your own goddamn home state, then you done lost in Michigan. So I'm just like, really, bitch? I mean, what are you trying to accomplish here? I mean, because my thing is this. I get it. Fight. I got it. But look, you looking like how Bruce Lee had Chuck Norris looking in the motherfucking The Way of the Dragon, right? That motherfucker that broke arm and leg, he's still trying to get up to fight. And I'm like, okay, look, I got it, but dog, what the fuck you think you can possibly do at this point of the junction now? But then again, it could be that, like, hey, you know what? Now here's something for y'all. Haley and Trump, 2024. Who would actually really buy into that? Right? Because here's the deal. And now here's another conspiracy for you. Let's look at let's just look at the so-called election. Before that, it was you had two men, right? So here come Biden, then he bring in Kamala, the Ugandan giant Harris in, right? So now she the first one. Notice I didn't say African American, none of that shit. I say, look, she the first one to be vice president, right? And then, and see, this is another thing too, right? You know, I always say, okay, this is supposed to be what they say, land of the free, home of the brave, whatever the fuck it is in the song, right? So my thing is this: if you gonna be so goddamn brave about some shit, why? How come we just not having the first woman vice president? How come that just not happening? And so basically, what? And so it's, you know, I already know, and I get it, right? But let's just say there's a strong possibility that this shit may happen again, right? And which again, that's it. Put like this. I'm gonna say it again. We already had the first woman as vice president, and then here it is. It could be because I don't think Trump actually really announced anybody as his running mate yet. But let's just say for shits and giggles that he gonna snatch up Haley, right? So you finna, so there's a strong possibility you finna have back-to-back women as vice president. Now, so now here we go. Now you can be like, okay, well, I can sit up here and tell you, hey, look, guess what? The downfall of the United States is close at hand. It's imminent or whatever. But guess what? It ain't got shit to do with money. It ain't got shit to do with what the fuck may happen up there in Yellowstone and anything else. It's just for the simple fact that the United States, as we know it, put like this, is either gone, it either never existed, and even if it do exist, this shit is on motherfucking life support, okay? Because, again, look how long it took. Now that this did happen, it probably will motherfucking happen again, right? But what I'm saying is that men ain't men no more, and women ain't women no more. Not to say that you gotta act like really be a man to be vice president. But you know, I'm just actually really looking at with all of this shit that's on television. It was don't nobody talk about that shit there. They'll talk about every goddamn thing else, but they don't never talk about what is actually really being broadcasted. But then again, I guess they say, well, shit, the power grid gonna be down. We ain't gonna be able to watch. It's gonna knock out the internet, so we ain't gonna be able to watch Pornhub. So why bother? I guess. but basically, all what I'm saying is that I don't know. Maybe this was the pole shift that everybody was talking about. But let's just say that this particular pole shift was not supposed to happen. And you know what? So, but you know what? I'll go ahead and say it. If indeed that's the motherfucking case, then anybody that's gonna watch this, right? Y'all need to really take a real good look at me, because I'm one of many of what it is to actually really be a man, a true man, right? And I said it because I got my ass whooped when I did something that I wasn't supposed to do. Uh, very, my family was there, you know. But basically, what I'm saying, I have the core values of what it is to be a man, what a man needs to do, as far as like handling responsibility, take care of his family, you know. But just long as you put yourself first, make sure that you square. And then once you know that you square, then you go take care of your family, right? So it's always gonna be self first, family second. Because the thing about it is this: if you can't take care of yourself, you don't need no motherfucking family. So, but basically, what I'm saying is that before too long, you know, and I'm not saying this to be funny. I'm actually really saying this because it's what I truly honestly believe, right? But just know this: looking at me, depending on how long I have, depending on how long Yahweh is gonna stay in this body, right? But just know this: y'all are looking at an endangered species, and I'm not actually really now in my 20s. I was endangered. I was an endangered species then. Young black male, really don't know what, and you could be like, hey, look, he either be dead or he going to jail. So I was endangered. I was an endangered species then. I'm an endangered species now because not necessarily of, hey, I survived, but it's just for the simple fact I'm a man. My mama raised me as such, right? Because people always talk about, well, that a woman can't raise a man, but it's her job to raise a man, to teach her young son, right? Hey, look, this is how you treat a woman. This is how you're supposed to treat a woman. If you want her to walk down that aisle with you, right? A man can't do that. And I gives a damn what motherfuckers may say a thing, right? Only a woman can teach a man how a woman's supposed to be treated. A true woman, not some of this trash that's out here now, right? But I'm just saying, you see, put like this, the crack has gotten bigger. Matter of fact, it ain't no motherfucking crack no more. It's just out there, and then motherfuckers just falling, and then like the parents ain't shit. So all what I'm saying is, like, big is like what Bernie Mac said. Big Mama gone for the most part. Big Mama and Granddaddy, they gone. But it's gonna take people like it's gonna take men like me, right? Be like, hey, look, Big Mama and Granddaddy say, hey, don't do that. Then you call it from your parents. And then you call it from the parents from your neighborhood. All that is gone. So just like I said, y'all better take a real good look at me. Cause ain't no more of us. Ain't no more. You know, but I guess we're gonna have to dig for it. But but in any case, I know I kind of got off subject, but my whole deal is, look, all that bullshit they was talking. y'all talking about the wrong shit. You know, they've been talking about that, like I say, as far as like presidential elections, money and all the kind, they've been talking about that shit ever since Obama. So tell me something I don't fucking know already. Right? So, with that being said, hey, guess what the fuck y'all get to do? Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your dad, tell your birthday, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door across the street, around the corner. Paul's Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Y'all have a good one.